Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Club Lorcana versus series. We are joined by players Syed. Zan, say hi.
Hi.
And Ryan Walker. Ryan has decided that he's going to beat the Blellow Menace with Snowfort today. So he is playing purple-green Snowfort, and Zan is playing an updated take on Blellow. And the deck list is going to be in the description below. And to get started, they're going to roll the rock, paper, scissors dice to see who goes first.
Always even. I'm rock.
Yep, you got it.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
rock
sir.
traditionally crushes scissors. A lot of people only throw rock when they play rock, paper, scissors. Common strategy.
True.
They're going to get started here. We're going to do Ryan discussing his altar. All right, Dan.
Look away, you menace. All right. Here's what we're looking at. We've got these cards. I feel fine about a curve kind of like that. I don't think we need these. I'm playing against blue, yellow. Yeah, I'm going to keep these 4 and put these 3 back. Let's see what we get. That's where we end up. I'll put these away and tell Mr. Syed that he can start his.
Here are my 7 cards. They are bad. I'm gonna mulligan all of them.
All right, both players' altars are underway. They are shuffling up and ready to get started.
Alrighty. Let's see what we got. I am going to ink this Olaf, play a Pegasus, and let you go.
A little chilly in the office today. You wouldn't know it from Ryan's outfit, though. He has the guns all the way out.
Intimidation factor.
I'm gonna ink this, let it go, and pass.
Now that he inked his Let It Go, I'm going to ink my Ursula, play a White Rabbit, and quest for 1. And say go.
Ryan getting on board with some evasive threats.
Mowgli miss.
Cheshire Cat, Demona, Genie, Louie. Alright, got it. Go.
And missing ramp on 2. I've found in the Blellow matchups, though, it's not that important. If you hit ramp on 3, it's almost the same because you really want to get to your powerful 5-cost cards.
Options. I'm going to ink Louie and go with the Genie. I'm going to get in for 2 more to go to 3 and let you go.
These evasive threats are going to prove to be pretty good in this situation. Mowgli cannot get in at this 1-drop the way it could for something like an Olaf or the other 2-1.
That card can.
Ryan chooses before he even draws a card.
Yes.
Zan does.
Yeah, I didn't choose. I don't get to choose.
Where drew a card.
I mean, I couldn't think of a way that it could have been a different decision.
Zan chose not to play around Shift Pegasus. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It's not in this.
I'm going to ink another Louie. I'm going to pay 1 to boost 1.
Yep.
And I'm going to pay 3 to play a Cheshire Cat.
Mhm.
And I'm going to quest for 3. Go to 6. And say go.
Interesting that Ryan chose not to Louis this Mowgli in favor of the Cheshire Cat. I find that Cheshire Cat is a little ineffective in the blue-yellow matchup. We'll see how it plans out this game.
Now he's got his ramp. Blellow.
Blellow, a new addition to the blue-yellow decks. The theory here going that if you're going to Raging Storm, you need to get some guys back the next turn, and you have plenty of ink, so why not play Lilo? Additionally, works well with Stitch. Would have thought.
Yep.
Oh.
One for you.
Two Horseman strikes, finding a target in Ryan's early aggressive characters, although this Genie is well positioned right now. It is Genie aggro.
Inca Pegasus. I'll boost the Genie. I'll get in for 3, 4 to go to 10.
The new 3-cost Genie, a powerful
Take it.
questing threat. Going to have to do something quick to clean this board up.
Pete.
Epic
Takesy
take back from
backsies.
Syed. This is, of course, probably legal at your next DLC. Whether it is or not, we don't really know.
Three in hand for you.
That Genie is crazy.
And passes. Not a lot on his side of the board. A couple ways to bail him out in that deck, though. Either way, I think Ryan's goal is the same. He's going to get as much lore as he can this turn.
That is true. Afraid of your Raging Storm hitting me hard. I'll boost my Genie. I'll get in for 4, 5, 6, 7.
Putting himself up to 17, it's going to be so easy to get lethal after that, even past the Raging Storms, and has his work cut out for him if he's going to win this game.
I'll Inca Dumbo and Sigo.
Or
Yep.
And sweeps up his 2/1/2 little kids for 2 ink each in an effort to stabilize the board. See if Ryan can build back up after a devastating Raging Storm.
Two in hand for you.
Yep.
Ryan's going to need to add at least 3 lore to the board to threaten lethal, or is he going to try to set up for the rest of this game?
I'm going to draw 2.
Mhm.
Anything else? I'll play a Dumbo out.
Mhm.
And see.
Just a Dumbo pass. Zan has a little bit of breathing room here. Clawing his way back in this game starts now. Dumbo fails to draw even 1 card.
Well, Ink can pull the lever.
Mhm.
3 for Genie.
Mhm.
6 for Demona. I'm gonna draw 3. And say
Must answer board for Ryan. Actually, was just a must answer board if he only played the Genie. That card threatens to quest for 3 the next turn if you boost it.
oh, if I boosted this, yeah, you're right.
Got it.
Nice.
2 creatures on, 2 characters on Ryan's board, enough to get it done. Game 1 goes to green purple. A little bit of an upset. We thought there would be a dog in this matchup.
I think only you thought that.
I mean, I just looked at my deck before, and I figured I had so many evasive guys I could start out with. If I got that good evasive curve, there's a lot of problems for him to deal with. I mean, basically the Horseman strikes.
And the Genie is just a house.
Mm-hmm.
The Genie was incredible that game, questing for a total of 8 lore. Or maybe it was, I think it was 6. 2 and a 4.
2 its first turn, 3 its next turn, 4
4.
its next turn.
Way more than that.
It was 9. I missed the 3 turn. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I mean that card was. If you don't have an answer for it, it just gets really bad, real fast. Blurple has a much easier time, but missing ramp on 2 and losing the die roll is.
Mm-hmm. Bad recipe.
I think that's. I mean, I think Blurple has more outs in that situation just because they can put more characters out that can deal with it. But yeah, I feel like yellow blue definitely looks a lot worse when it misses on 2 as opposed to Blurple.
Sure.
Right, Blurple can play like a Royal Guard on 1 and that can hold it down. What is this deck? Yeah, Alanwi.
Dan has a great point. Blurple a little better at contesting the board than blue-yellow, so that can cause cards like 3-cost Genie to really spiral out of control in a way that you don't often see against Blurple that often has things like Royal Guard, things like Cheshire Cats in play to smooth over that whole situation.
But I wouldn't count me out of it just yet. I definitely think it's an uphill battle for yellow-blue. Let's see if we can.
Another way you could deal with the Genie, of course, is questing with an Ilanwi and playing World's Greatest Criminal Mind to take it off the battlefield.
Sneaky.
2 for 1 are good.
Not a 2-for-1 because the Ilanwi stays in play.
And gets eaten.
Perhaps. If his board is White Rabbit Genie.
What do you mean?
Good.
It's a 2-1. The requirement is a what?
None of your.
If the alternative is me getting 9 lore, might be what you do, right?
Of course. Only I played World.
Ooh, a card that's in a lot of these blue-yellow decks. Zan has decided to eschew today, and we'll see if that hurts him.
Well, I mean, he could. If you want to talk about that, he plays Ursula.
You eschewed it.
I'll turn around.
All right, let's do this.
All right. The altar for Zan Syed.
All right, starts off pretty good. I think I'm going to get rid of this.
Zan Syed includes his altar, and the cards are away. Ryan can come out.
Let's see what we got. I think I'm pretty happy in this sort of realm. I think I'm going to go here to try and fill this in. So I'm going to go 4 back.
Ryan with the excellent rationale.
Let's see how we did. Okay.
One card I was thinking about that I think green blue should play, especially the version that you're playing, is
Green
guys-
purple.
green purple is the Minnie Mouse.
I do think that's worth consideration.
You know which Minnie Mouse?
The 3/3 vanilla.
Nope.
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 Boost a guy for free when you play it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
With Ward.
And Cratchit.
It's a 3-drop, right? The Minnie Mouse?
5.
5. Oh, wow.
The Ward 5 drop. I think it's a 2/5.
Great.
It,
Good with Snow Fort, never dies.
I just think it's a cool effect.
One of my favorite hobbies in the new set has been calling characters good with Snow Fort. Turns out they're all pretty good with Snow Fort.
It's a lot easier to snowball fight in a snow fort.
Ooh.
That's true.
All right. Van Syed starting us off.
I will
Donald Duck.
ink a Donald Duck and
What the?
8 cost Donald Duck. Was not going to be needing that one.
I'm going to ink Magical Maneuvers and play my White Rabbit. 'Cause I'm on the
dang.
Very exciting
There you
turn
go.
for Ryan. The new underdog effect on White Rabbit, making it cost only 1 on just this turn.
So good.
I do like White Rabbit. Came in on time that time.
So
Speaking of things happening on time,
Mm-hmm.
man hits ramp on 2.
Liked it better when you did it on turn 4. I'm going to ink Alligator.
Mhm.
And play an Ursula.
yeah. Tail. Hades and double Cinderella.
Double Cindy. Ugh. Double Cindy, Sail, Ohana, Hades. Okay. I'll go for 1 and let you go.
And with a lot more breathing room this time, it's time to see what this deck does when it's firing on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
Turn. Card.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing to use the ability of Cinderella as opposed to skipping it, of course.
I'm going to ink a White Rabbit and go Louis and give your guy Reckless. I'll get in for another one and say go.
Louis threatening to eat that Cinderella. Straight from Louisiana. He is. I mean, he's a Bayou Gator.
He was great in that film, by the way.
Without any interaction from Zan, it's going to look like Cinderella took a trip straight down to the bayou and got eaten by a swamp gator.
I just figured the double Cindy was coming, so.
Zan gets a little bit of value out of Sail the Azurite Sea. But of course,
One
loses
for
that
them.
exquisite Cinderella trigger that he would have gotten had Louis not reared his ugly head.
Can you ink uninkable cards?
No.
Would you? Come on.
No.
Dang. What was that? How do people play this card?
I'm going to ink a Dumbo. Yeah, you can't ink your uninkables now. I'm going to play the Snow Fort.
The powerful namesake of the deck, Snowfort, is in play, giving all of Ryan's characters resist 1 and an additional attack.
I'm also going to put a Pegasus into play. I'll get in for 2 more.
Mhm.
And I will say go. Mm-hmm.
And using every part of the buffalo on this Visions, because not only does it add a card to his hand, but he's going to be able to ink it from his discard pile.
I feel like it was a forced play.
That is a load of value.
I love that interaction.
I'm pretty upset by it.
Nice little Petey boy.
Pete joins the battle.
And
Will
I'm good to
Zan
go.
trade this Moana for... No.
How many cards in it?
I have 4.
I will ink a Go-Go.
Mhm.
Go 4 for a Dumbo.
Mhm.
I will go 1 to make history with my Pegasus.
Mhm.
Go to 6. Seven. And say go.
Of course, with that Snowfort in play, Louis gets to quest, and if Zan hits into it with Pete, it would be a full trade. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't allow Takesies Backsies on that one.
Card in
I would appeal.
quest.
Gains a card.
Mm-hmm. Here he comes. No.
Zan has to ink not from the discard pile. Hate to see it. Taking the trade with the Louis.
I'm not a big fan of this Moana card. It's really letting me down.
Letting you go.
Yeah.
Better than Bell would have been. Bell would not have been able to do any damage to any of these characters.
Bell would have taken out the Louis and given me an ink.
How would Bell have taken out the... Oh, because Louis had 2 damage.
Play another Dumbo.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbo time.
Make history with Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also make history with the White Rabbit.
A lot of colors.
Make history with the White Rabbit. And you're up to 4 in hand. I go to 10.
Yep.
And let's see. Let's ink an Olaf and say go.
Ryan's Dumbo Evasive Assault is running away with this game. Even if Zan sweeps up the board, it's going to be hard to come back from all that card advantage. Zan carefully deliberating which of these 2 cards does he want. His objective is clear. He needs to get this Dumbo off the battlefield, get The other cards off the battlefield wouldn't hurt. That snow fort's keeping the Ursula safe from Hades.
Snow fort kind of good.
Snow fort has been one of the breakout cards from set 11, surprising people all week with how annoying it is when your opponent has a snow fort on the other side of the battlefield, a bunch of tapped characters, and they just look at you like, yeah. Also works great in multiples, folks.
What was the location we played in the green steel deck?
Hidden Cove.
Hidden cove. It feels like a hidden cove that you
That they
don't have
can't
to move your
attack.
characters to.
Absolutely. And once you have 2 of them out, your board is indestructible.
Ooh.
Cannot be messed with. And has a wealth of options.
Or just gonna see an ink wipe. Yep, makes sense.
And everyone gets lost in a raging storm. Notably, the next Moana Zan plays is going to have plenty of targets.
And that left you with 3 in hand? 4.
It's a lonely fort. Let's see how Ryan chooses to fill it up. What characters get to hang out in there? Not that Demona.
I'll go Genie
Get that card.
and boost.
Mm-hmm.
He picks up a boost next turn, threatening to quest for 3, despite what the haters might say.
And I'll go with a go-go.
Mhm.
And say go.
Go with no second ability, so really it's more like just go. But go's good enough. That's a 2-cost evasive. He's going to threaten to quest for the rest of the game. Of course, vulnerable to the Horseman strikes. We'll see what Zan answers with. One thing we all know for sure, that Genie has got to go. Go Tamago. Out of here.
Yep.
And sweeps up the board again.
Double raging storm.
A clean 2-for-1. Reminisce of the B-Prep days. And although Moana threatens to get a lot of values, Zan decided to opt out in favor of deploying his own threat, Blellow. This menace does not get off the battlefield for any reason, and with all this ink, there's no reason that Zan wouldn't bring it back every turn.
I'll pull the lever, draw 2.
Mhm.
Two for White Rabbit, 1 for an Olaf. Say go.
Olaf might seem a little fickle in the place of this Lilo, but remember that it does have resist 1, so Lilo cannot get anything off the battlefield. Can we get a clarification? Is it Snowfort during your opponent's turn?
Your characters get +1 strength during your opponent's turns. Your characters get resist +1.
Ryan would have to swing into it.
I was wondering what 6 costs you were about to drop on me.
Zan's lore creeping up. Questing for 4 a turn. You win pretty fast. White Rabbit back in play.
White Rabbit. Demona.
Ryan secures the powerful draw 3. Zan does get a card, however.
One for Pegasus. Go to 11. Say go.
Now Zan's in a bit of a pickle. If that Olaf dies, then Ryan can return that Demona to his hand, getting powerful card advantage engines turn after turn. Bit of a thinker for Zan. He's got a couple different options he can go through. One has to imagine that he's just trying to get those characters off the board.
Nice.
Zan says if it's a race you want, it might be a race you can get. Stitch and a quest for 4. Bring him to 10, and he's in the contention for winning in the next few turns here. Powerful. Let it go. Takes that Demona off the field. Also frees up that Olaf to leave the battlefield without bouncing anything too serious. Places a bad card in his hand slowly but surely. Zan's lore total is creeping up there, and Ryan can only quest for 3 this turn. That's going to give him to 14, not even in striking distance of lethal. Remains to be seen what he'll be able to add to the board. Coughing for dominance as Ryan studies his options.
I'll tap your Cinderella.
Oh my god.
Play another Snow Fort.
Ryan's characters are humongous.
Oh my god.
This is putting Hidden Cove in the trash can right now.
Take out Lilo. Take out Cinderella.
Cinderella takes 4. I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised the Hades could survive with a measly 6 willpower.
Yep. Thing is gigantic.
And say go.
Just like that, Zan's hopes of questing to the end of this game seem to be dashed. Although that Lilo is going to make a recurring appearance. And although Zan did lose a lot of his board, Ryan's lore total didn't go up that much. You have to imagine that's a turn that Zan's at least mildly happy with. No other way to get rid of that Elsa than to put in the Inkwell because it had 1,000,000. And he likes not to use his Cinderella. He likes the one card left in his hand. One card left in his hand, folks, that also is pretty Demona-proof.
Oh my
the third
god.
Snow Fort.
No fort, no way.
We've never seen characters this robust. Ryan with a ton of options, but one thing's for sure, his characters will not be losing in challenges on Zan's turn. Now, folks, you might think that that Ryan has no answers to Stitch in his deck, but this Demona can actually cleanly take out Stitch in one hit with all those Snow Forts. Oh, Louis powerful.
Whoa.
The Louis with resist 3.
So let's give Reckless to your Stitch.
Okay.
And say go.
The Stitch doesn't even have a clean shot on goal at Louis. Stitch would take 7, and Louis would take 1 damage. Oh my goodness. The Snow Forts are piling up. Zan is being buried under an avalanche.
That's a pretty good answer.
Zan, a true control player, says, I don't really know how to get out of this situation right now. I'm going to draw some cards about it.
Draw some cards about it.
Ryan's got to be feeling a little bit of relief. With the opportunity to put 7 damage on a Stitch, I think we were all a little worried that Ohana Means Family was going to come in and give Zan a totally new hand. Options, does Zan Syed. At this point, I would say it's anybody's game, but without a sweeper on this turn, it's possible that Ryan's going to be able to pull ahead. Remember that his characters basically cannot die if it is not his turn. Oh, but that Demona's not going to be able to one-shot the Stitch like we thought he was.
Pass.
And is, in fact, threatening to climb all the way to the top. Can Ryan get enough lore to win this race?
Genie. Return chosen character to my hand. Exert that guy. Replay Genie.
Ryan clearly not concerned too much with the race because he could have bounced that Louis and made another Stitch unable to quest. We'll see what he does with the rest of his turn.
I'm going to wrong lever. Pull the lever. Bottom of my deck. And put your Stitch under.
Ryan opting to go with the Stitch instead of the Lilo.
So it's going to take the Lilo. Go to 12. Say go.
This is the board that the purple mirrors fear, because if there's a Genie or an Elsa in play and you have 3 snow forts, there's no amount of chicanery that can get those things off the battlefield. Cheshire Cat is turned off. Elsa is ineffective. Outside of the Horseman Strikes, this evasive character is not going anywhere.
Unless he turns 8 sideways.
Ooh, and everybody gets swept up in the Raging Storm.
That's 3 Ragings gone.
2.
Raging Storm pretty good, although Zan did have a lot of opportunities to look through his deck, casting multiple Visions of Beyond. And Pete threatening to take over this game. And already ahead on lore.
Choose
Like
your
Pete's
Pete.
not going to get to quest.
Say go.
This is, of course, much better than the average, because this Louis does not die to the Pete. And also takes it out in one hit. Will Pete be able to draw a card? And Syed ponders his options. Oh, and Hades saves the life of that Pete that was in imminent danger. Ryan looking for one of those sweet cards that win off the top. We're thinking Demona. We're thinking pull the lever. Yep, that does it. 2 cards right up the top of Ryan. Like a dock without the pesky extra step. Give it your whole hand.
2 in hand, 1 in hand. I'm going to wrong lever your Pete in the card under it, under your deck. And I'm going to end them on.
Draws 3 cards. Unlikely he can put 8 lore on the field, though. Although this Demona does threaten to eat up anything that it attacks. And if there's a card that can bring the race back, it is this Genie. It gets boosted, it threatens the quest for 3 next turn.
Go ahead.
Olaf joins the battlefield. With the powerful Amber card advantage engine is relentless. Surfer Stitch comes down. And has a clean stairway all the way up to 18. You can just sit there with a standing Stitch and say, do you have it? It's gonna take a wrong lever or something similar to get that thing off the battlefield. Out of play, I should say. Able to pick up a little bit of value from his discard pile now, inking of Visions of the Future.
Mm-hmm.
From the discard. You gotta hand it to Moana. He's great.
He does nothing. Go.
All right, with 2/2 questers,
Does nothing.
and gets to hold his hands up and say, do you have it? Lorcana, even in a control versus mid-range matchup, is still always going to be a race to 20, and Zan is currently winning by a mile. I would need to, with this one card, deal with every single character on Zan's side of the field. Demona Wrong Lever would do it because all of his characters are lethal on it. You might say, well, Hades has 6 and Stitch has 8, but that actually doesn't matter. With those Snow Forts in play, Demona can take a clean shot at the Stitch, knock it out. What will Ryan do? One of the rare cases where resist on only your opponent's turn is a little better here because Ryan can run that Olaf into. Oh boy. Or just got a little more confusing.
Tap your Moana. And take her out. Olaf into Lilo. Bounce my Elsa back. Elsa, tap your Stitch. Take out your Stitch. Take out your Hades.
And Ryan does it. He manages to use the Snow Forts to wipe Zan's board.
Boost.
A rare case where only on your opponent's turn having resist actually advantageous, allowing Olaf to suicide into a Lilo and bring back an Elsa. Incredible play by Ryan. Good job seeing the line.
Thanks, bro.
Choosing not to bring back Lilo. The Horseman Strikes takes out Elsa. Can Zan present lethal this turn? He's got a lot of non-characters in his deck. Just the Donald Duck is going to be enough. Oh, with another Lilo. Once again, Ryan has to deal with every single threat that Zan has deployed. Can he do it?
What is it? What is it?
It's going to need to be a Demona or similar off the top. Nothing else will do.
What's in the box?
Gogo wins it.
Gogo wins it.
Right?
No.
I can't choose my own characters.
Nope.
No.
That would suck.
What is it?
No, not good enough.
Oh.
Ryan able to quest for 5 up to 17, but Zan has lethal in play.
Dang.
Those early quests for additional lore coming in handy. What were you guys going to say?
I think I punted earlier with just giving up my Gogo. I think if I just keep my Gogo in hand, I get to set up some nasty, like, put 7 on Stitch play.
There were definitely mess ups, but we can talk about it right after we finish the match.
Snow Forts were incredible. Those were fun.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever have 3 of those out at the same time.
I mean, they're really good against. I have a tough time. I can't.
Olaf was nasty for sure.
Without Wasabi, it's really hard for this deck to beat it.
Oh, yeah.
They're also really good in those Amethyst Mirrors. All of your guys winning every combat they get into is pretty tough to beat.
For sure.
Blurple's plan of tap your guy, use Cheshire Cat. It's not going to work when their guys just aren't accumulating damage.
Yeah, the Demonas were.
Those were good. Well timed. Although he was sitting on one of them for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
The last one was crazy. He had 0 cards. He went draw to.
I kept, when I was like about to Demona a couple times, I just kept drawing more draws. I was like, let's just use the whole, pie. I don't want to Demona when I don't have to, so let's just pull the lever, draw two guys out. I just wanted to keep you like having to have answers, right? If I get through all your Hades and your Raging Storms, like how many answers are you gonna have?
I mean, my game was like super close. If I didn't ink that Moana to play the Lilo, I'd 100% just lose the game. And it wasn't like really fun to do that. Jeremy was like, "Oh, you need to. He's not gonna get all that value off that Moana." I was like, I have to just get as much lore as I can off of this little Lilo.
Lilo.
So I mean, after when you guys have seen this matchup play out in 2 games, I definitely feel like I am the unfavored one.
You mean you won?
We're going to game 3.
Your horseman strikes were great.
What a game! Horseman strikes are great.
What do you? I had to like crawl to the finish line. I crawled to the finish line.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching the video, leave a comment saying who do you think is favored between blue, yellow, and green, purple.
Green, purple. Also, if my deck hits like the fail rate, it's not good.
You're turning around. All right, guys, let's see what we got this time. Wow. Not good enough here. I'm going 7. Put them all back.
Deciding to try again with a new hand.
Certainly. Could really tough decision, to be honest. 2, 3. I'm gonna go with these.
That was pretty confusing, but Zan has made his decision. He is shipping 5. How these two titans of gameplay make their mark on the Versus series. Ryan pull ahead of Zan in matches.
I'm gonna Inca Cheshire and say go. Inca Demona and Ursula.
Raging Storm.
Good hand from Mr. Syed, and Ryan has missed his 1-drop, so this looks like a game that's slightly favored in terms of
Go ahead.
Lorcana, unlike a lot of other trading card games, has a bit of a memory component here, so Ryan just takes a minute to take a mental note. What all is in Ryan's hand?
Yeah.
What all is in Zan's hand?
It's actually my hand now.
Your hand. What?
New text on Ursula. Both players switch hands.
Mm-hmm. I would prefer that right now.
You're playing their deck. They're playing your deck. You draw from their hand. Oh, that'd be a really bananas card. Would the card even be good? It'd be bad because you're drawing from the rest of your deck.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Give me your hand. That's so silly. All right. With that fun little flight of fancy over with, it's time to get back to the game. Ryan needs to put some pressure on, and he knows that Zan's got a hot hand. It's an Elsa.
Ink and Elsa.
Like that 3-cost Genie is just what the doctor ordered. And there it is.
Go for 1. Say go.
Ryan knows this thing's good for at least 1, maybe 2.
Here comes the princess.
There is Cinderella invited to the ball.
Put that raging storm in.
Contemplates his hand.
Just get out of here. You don't need it. You draw them all anyway. It's just clogging up your hand.
Ryan attempting to play some mind games against one of the mental masters of the game right now. Is this a pen trick? Is it going to work? Remains to be seen. If he wins the game, we can definitely attribute it to being inside of Syed's head. But in the meanwhile, this Genie is incredibly powerful. Threatens to boost and quest for 2 this turn.
Louis or Cinderella. Boost. Genie. Go for 2. And say go.
And without something like an Eilonwy to support the Cinderella, it is once again sitting dead to Louis and other such things. Moana gets a good little bit of value here, though. If we can play Moana, we can ink the Sail the Azurite Team from the discard pile. That is step 1 of bringing yourself back into this game.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Tough.
And putting some damage on this Genie, making it vulnerable to an Eilonwy or potentially allowing him to get through a snow fort. See how Ryan responds.
Snow fort. Boost my Genie. Go for 3. 4. Inkable lever. I'll go to 8 and say go.
Against the hot hand with a slow start, you would imagine that Ryan Walker would be in a severe disadvantage, but that snow fort and this board is intimidating. Anything could happen. Let's see how Syed responds for the turn. Ryan's intimidation continues as he flexes off camera, attempting to get Zan to look at anything other than his hand, but these attempts have so far been in vain. Has not broken composure.
I'm playing Snow Fort in Taiwan.
Ryan enamored with the card that he was trashing just moments ago. He takes 1 damage. Eilonwy makes it into the inkwell. Impressive stuff from Moana. And does say we've got to get this Genie off the board to continue playing. It is, of course, a trade because the Snow Fort makes the Genie into a 4/4 with resist 1. That's why we piled damage on it last turn.
Oh no.
Right into the cauldron. Moana, not Cinderella. Going to be able to play that on a later turn for a little bit of additional value. It's, of course, the value engine that we rely on to beat Blurple as Amber Sapphire. Nothing on the battlefield. Cards like Mona, Elsa, Louis lose a lot of their luster and
Pull
the
11.
ability to quest for 2 this turn. Ryan's going to have to figure out how to pull ahead.
You can also pull away another snow fort. Go to 10. Single.
And only be able to deploy one more snow fort. Of course, eventually you do get diminishing returns. Let's see if Ryan's able to pull ahead or if these are clogging up. Of course, if that snow fort was another Genie, he'd be threatening almost lethal in 2 turns.
I'll play Raging.
Yep.
Raging Storm only representing a 2-for-1. You usually want to get a little more value out of that card.
How many in hand? Genie.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And Ryan adds 2 Genies to the battlefield.
Genie.
Both threatening to quest for 2 next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Cinderella added to the Black Cauldron.
No, don't do this to me.
Another Raging Storm cleans up that battlefield that Zan would have had a tough time dealing with otherwise. Now, once again, Ryan is asked to deploy the battlefield, something that's going to put pressure on. White Rabbit, 3rd Snow Fort is not it. He is hoping for a Demona with every passing turn. See if the deck gives it to him before he is drowned by Zan's incalculable card advantage from the Black Cauldron. Race is on. Hades threatens to get the game put away in 10 turns.
Hades. Go.
That Hades isn't going to be able to do anything except die into a Louis. This Louis, of course, a 7-3 with resist 3. This Hades is going to cleanly just leave the battlefield.
No, if he Hades, is it
It still
This
cleanly
can't
leaves the
quest.
battlefield, just not the way that he wants.
important? Give me my 2 lore.
Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna let this die. And then
Craziest take back of all time.
Go.
So the Louis in play.
no,
No, then he Hades.
And then I Hades. It.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hate that, by the way.
Awesome play. I just want to recognize the right play.
And makes an awesome play that'll confuse the viewers. What happened is he ran his Hades into Louis for seemingly no value in order to put it under the cauldron, then deployed another Hades to ink that
Your Hades.
Louis. That Hades not so fortunate, of course. It does get sent to the
Nope.
bottom of the discard pile. Lore stagnant, a 10 lore lead for Ryan. He still needs something like a Demona to get him back in this game. Pete, one of the cards you want to see the least if you're Ryan. This thing can cause an incremental advantage, a snowball effect that might topple the 3 snow forts that Ryan has acquired.
Go.
Pegasus not going to be able to get the job done on his own. He's going to need some help. Dan Syed questing to make sure that help never comes. And it's taken a long time on some of these choices, but out of those 2 cards, one snapped into his hand. We'll see what it is soon. Hades rejoins the fray, getting rid of that Pegasus. Ryan does hit that the Demona, though. Hades has added about 3 or 4 ink to his side of the battlefield. He's going to be able to deploy anything he finds. Will he get it off the top?
Go.
And the White Rabbit, a 5-2 with resist 3. Potentially take out Pete on the next turn. Santa's going to have his choice of 3 cards. Pete earning the name Dragon Lord right now. Zan with a whole mess of cards in his hand. It looks all but over for Ryan Walker. Had his choice of the top almost 10 cards of his library at this point. Deck. Plays the Moana. Cheeky ink of that visions that Moana earning its keep every single turn it's in play. I mean, what could be better than that? Cauldron kind of dominating this game. On his turn, Ryan could choose to take out the Pete, trading for that White Rabbit, but the Pete would only come back sooner. Oh, never mind. Nothing gets past the inkwell. Demona off the top. Doesn't look like it, folks.
Go. That's actually what I wanted off the top.
I was really scared of it.
That's when you hit me to let go, it took that away.
Yeah.
Go into go won me the game.
Yeah, it was gonna be.
Ram it in 5/5. My next card's a go. I rage.
Yep, that 5 damage on that Hades would have been 5 extra lore for Ryan. Dragon Lord Pete mercilessly digging through the top 4 cards of Zan's deck. It's hard to imagine him losing from this position when we've seen him come back from so far behind. The Horseman has struck. Our first one of the game. And right into the inkwell, this Moana is just the gift that keeps on giving. I don't think I've ever seen it as an impressive a card.
You love this card.
That last joke almost killed Zan Syed. Let's see how he follows up. Okay, this game is pretty much over.
Pretty much Scoop City here.
We are questing for a powerful 4. It's going to be over in 2 turns. This is the last turn that Ryan has to draw that Demona and clean this game up. If it's a Go-Go Tamago, we knew he was going to rage. The fact that he's still standing in the studio means that he did not draw Go-Go Tamago. Ooh, Elsa, not a bad choice. Of course, has 5.
You can take out whatever you want.
Yeah, almost everything. Let's not die though. Let's just take out this Moana.
Oh, the cauldron's so broken. I thought it made like a version. I thought it could only bring it back once. Bring back forever.
Forever.
Wow, no wonder they made a whole movie about this thing. I'm going to have to read those Lloyd Alexander books to find out what is going on with this pot.
All right. Well, I'm not sure we still need to keep doing this, but you have fun, buddy.
Also a question that And if this were a DLC, Ryan would, of course, pack it up by now. He'd be eating lunch, eating hot dogs, telling us the Bad Beats story. But since this is not a DLC and it's an exhibition match, everyone gets to see how amazing this yellow-blue deck is. Let's see how fast it takes for Zan to put him down.
I just want to make sure
easy.
I finish the game as quickly as possible.
Now give me my Demona for funsies.
Another Pete. And a Tipo. And Ilan Zan is just trying to put on as much clock so that we don't have to keep playing, folks.
It's good. Good game.
And the Flying Elephant doesn't do it. Zan wins the game and the match.
Hey.
Blue yellow triumphing over green purple.
The snow fort's giving me no gas there. It was pretty tough.
Yeah.
I need to get into more cards, and triple snow fort was not it, especially when I missed my 1-drop.
Let's lay out some of the cards in your deck and talk about it. Look.
Actually, Louis performed really well.
Louis looked awesome. And with Snow Fort, game's broken.
Ursula's kind of a dud in this matchup. Go-Go's broken in this matchup. I just couldn't pull it off ever.
Well, I had to, in game 1, I actually had to ink a Let It Go because of the Elsa, which would have been able to allow me to get rid of your Genie much sooner.
Because of the Ursula, yeah.
I mean, not that I wanted to do that play. I still would have probably lost, but Ursula just like pressured me in a way that I just not happy about.
Yeah.
And you only played 2 copies.
Right.
Pulled the lever. Wrong lever seems really impressive.
Pretty good.
I really like those.
This combo's good. I like these really, at least against your deck. I mean, you have no way of getting those off the board except for your answer cards.
I'm not a fan of the Pegasus, but I was a fan of the White Rabbit because with Snow Fort, it doesn't die to
Yeah, it takes some
Genie
good trades.
or what's the other card?
Elsa.
Genie or Elsa. But Olaf looked awesome.
Olaf's so good. This.
Olaf's
you have your staples, your Genie, Elsa, Demona.
I feel like the deck needed either Yzma or Book.
Ooh, both of those cards sound really nice.
If you added both of those cards, I feel like the deck seems better.
Does seem
I also think that you could play Rafiki. If you don't play Rafiki, then you could play the 1/4 guard or just a regular Royal Guard.
Yeah, I think Royal Guards instead of Pegasus would be a fine change. I do like the idea of Books for sure.
Yeah.
I consider Yzma, but Books seem really broken, especially in this matchup. There's not much you can do about them. Yzma can just get removed by Let It Go or Hades.
Yeah. I just think you need more card draw.
Yep. If I could park some Books out there, Demona, and then get my book value later, that sounds incredible.
Let's say you don't add Books because you're playing wrong lever, pull the lever, right? But you should definitely play the Yzma, I think. The Yzma makes a lot of sense.
Fun deck.
Yeah.
Yzma, of course, the character that did the famous quote of "Pull the lever, Kronk. That's the wrong lever."
Yeah, that would be sick. Minnie Mouse. I think 5-drop Minnie Mouse would have helped a lot.
Yeah, I think that's worth consideration for sure.
Just because it was like impossible for me to take out. It has ward. I couldn't never get rid of, like I would have to the moment you play it, I would be like, okay, I have to board wipe you.
Yeah, fair.
Lilo was impressive. I had to ink it a lot, but in the game where I needed it, there wasn't any other card I could have had.
Kind of only need one to be a persistent zombie threat throughout the whole rest of the game.
Yeah.
Cauldron was also impressive.
So good.
Cauldron is, of course, a staple of this deck. It just lets you use the guys again and again.
So, okay, let's talk about this card. I think a lot of people are playing only 3 copies of this card.
Yeah.
And I think that's so wrong. I play 4 copies of it, and I wanted them all the time.
Yeah, I mean...
when you said ink the Raging Storm, I actually had drawn the second one, and I was like, I'm definitely not getting rid of either of these.
No, because you get the first one. I've seen the first one. Once you play it, you get kind of get into a state where it's like, okay, well, I'm forced the first one out. I kind of have to push, and then you get to just wipe with the second one.
And with the back Cauldron, it's very nice.
I was kind of damned if I did, damned if I didn't right there, because there was a play where I could, instead of the second Genie, Snow Fort, and then just follow up with Genie next turn, but you had the Hades to follow it up, so either way, I would have been in bad shape.
I think you could have been a little sneaky and just played the first Genie and just said go.
Yeah.
But then it would have given me option to like Hades or 3 mana Horseman Strike. But I didn't have it at the time.
Yeah.
It would have needed to be a hard read that you thought I had the second Raging.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you definitely need a fast start in this matchup, and not having the 1-drop really put me behind a few lore. And then, at the end, if I can get close, I'm really looking for a go finish. But
yeah, I think a good exercise would be if you were to rewatch that match and then be like, oh, if I hadn't inked these cards, could I have played around 2 board wipes?
Yeah, possibly.
Right, because you already you got to see my hand, and the way I felt in that game was, dang, you're putting on a lot of pressure, and I didn't want to board wipe, and you got me to board wipe sooner than I would have liked. So I felt like you were in the power position at that point. So if 1 or 2 of your inks are different, I think the game could look completely different.
Yeah, there's probably a point in that matchup where green purple can just stop inking, because a lot of their answers are going to ink you anyway. So I probably could have kept a lot more on gas. I'm remembering a pull the lever ink that's just probably didn't.
Yeah,
need
the
that.
game 2 one,
Yeah.
pull the lever ink. I thought was, I think,
Egregious. Yeah.
yeah, I think I was like, when you did that, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this might be my chance.
100%.
And even then, you found a way to stabilize after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my god, am I gonna like just lose to a go-go situation?
Yeah, that was probably wrong. I think if I had a couple more reps on it, we would have figured that out already. But yeah, fun deck for sure. I liked picking up and playing it. It was fun.
So
After the Olaf Elsa line, I was like, yo, if Ryan wins this game, I think we're all sleeving up Snowfort. I'm just gonna say it. Like that was crazy.
Yeah, that Snow Fort turn was crazy.
that was awesome. Yeah, I mean, you had no cards in hand. You went pull the lever into Demona,
Yeah.
into Olaf, into
The Elsa's what he
pulled off the Elsa.
top that
It was
oh
really
my
important for you
gosh.
to put lethal on right there, though, because if you didn't put lethal on, I don't have to make that play, and I get to bounce my Demona back to my hand instead and get the gas I need.
But I could not have gotten to that point without this Leela.
Yep.
That was the whole thing. What it did was it made you it made you attack it.
Yep.
But then it also just ended up gaining like 8 lore.
We're gonna have to print out some more of those.
Blellows.
But yeah, overall, I feel like I learned a lot. Jeremy, compare and contrast my version of blue yellow versus your version of blue yellow and the versions that you've seen, on Fight Club.
So my version of blue yellow was kind of like the roughest draft, and that's why I made it so public, is because I wanted to like put it out in the ether of like everybody iterate on this. I don't know if I have time, but I just wanted to say this deck is real. Everybody iterate on it. We've ditched some things. Loved It Von Drake was a little too taxing on the uninkable count, stuff like that. I think your list looked great. I think the Lilo was an awesome addition. To the deck, and other than that, it was good. So there's a big debate right now between Belle and Moana, and I really like Moana. I think that its effect on games is a little more subtle than people imagine that it is, but I think it's just really strong. Some cards that we didn't get to see in their all-star mode were like that Donald Duck. I also, by the way, really like the Raging Storms. I'm a little concerned because how many spooky sites are you playing?
Yeah.
But Zan, what about dogs?
I mean, I think that this might be a situation where this is the new blue-green deck where you're like, I'm willing to accept my loss.
Yeah, I lose the dogs, I'll beat everybody else. Sure. I mean,
Choose
that could be a
to
great
lose
position
it.
for this deck. And this deck does house pretty much a lot of the other mid-range decks. One of the reasons I thought you were favored in this matchup is because usually if they're not going as fast as they can with a purple deck that's not blurple, you can sort of outvalue them over time.
Yeah, the Donald Duck honestly is mainly for the blurple matchup,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is going to be one of the more popular matchups. I also think Purple Steel is a bit slower than this version of Purple Green.
I would say that Purple Steel's a bit slower, but Purple Steel draws a lot more cards.
But basically Donald Duck is like a huge body that they can't deal with either.
Mhm.
And so oftentimes I feel like we're both sitting on board stall and I just want to play a giant guy and draw a bunch of
Makes a lot of sense. Now, how big is Donald Duck?
a 4/8.
Or 8. So pretty tiny if 3 Snowforts are on the other side
Oh
of the
my god.
Little guy.
field.
Tiny
Tiny guy.
taken out by Stitch got taken out by a
Yeah.
Demona. That was crazy.
When he wiped your board, I was like, that was insane. I thought he was dead for sure, actually.
Yeah. I'm
But-
glad I wasn't.
Yeah, of course.
No, I like that turn. That was a fun turn.
All right.
Brian seen the line. That was great. All right, everybody. This has been another Club Lorcana Versus.